Right, fuck around, right? Right, nigga? Right, nigga? Fuck around, right? Don't get the heart now, nigga. Don't get the heart now. Just like to in the general clean. Turn out loud. Turn out loud. Turn out loud. She asking dumb shit, but I saw her, got some rain in it. I know some girls, they get purple, they don't clean in it. I swear we can't coexist, the niggas not like us. I know me and Shrek is talking right. I'm just hopping up if I do this shit without a right. I'm gonna get to the store and bring that flame, don't need no light. My side gets a nigga like this, right? Oh, alright, y'all get up. Y'all get up, y'all get up. And I live enough. Start taking a puff. Start to relax us. No trust, I do I too much. When I stay out of town, I get no I stay out of town. 500 shots, I got 500 rounds. 100 plus, I got 500 pounds. Yeah, I'm just another soul. I can see I'm just at a thrill show. I don't buy my prestige to their home. She hate when I be on my phone. She forgot I got me off the phone. I say for me to forget that I'm known. I keep up, oh God, she grown. It's one of the only reasons I can do. I know how it works. I know you flirt. She took me to flicks and I take the word. Get you feeling turn. Watch for the alert. I'm too much Chanel. Then we got a bird. She told me she found. I say you feel the worst. So I'm gonna be blessed. I live with a curse. It's a mess. I'm on the first. I spoke on my blood. Then I hit the church. Nobody get where you coming from. You know how you get where you going on. You know what we do. Matter how you drive. She know the boat. Gotta love. It's not a function. It's not a function. I never need no introduction. I'm stuck. I'm still trusting. Now I can't go out like that. And that's why I'm clutching. And I see why they overreact. But all they ain't nothing. So me, you can send a brand new home. Talking like you got an option. She said it's like you don't know you stuff. Tell her I'm still trusting. I listen enough. Start taking a puff. Start to feel like sus. No trust, I do I too much.
So, what do you think? Oh, Coco, it's vegan. I like it.
I will try to get to it quite quickly so we can have a long discussion about the top of the list. Number 8, Pascal Siakam. He a two-time champion. Last finals he was in, game 1. 14 of 17 from the field with 32 points. Game 1 of those finals. Games, and they were, by the way, big underdogs at that moment. Again, Clay was healthy and people thought Durant was coming back.
He probably averaged 20-something.
Yes, he averaged 20 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. And in the Game 6 clincher, he had 26 and 10. I mean, that's a hell of a first-time finals performance. Go ahead, bro.
If they were to win, and obviously he didn't play well, it might seal him as a Hall of Famer. Yeah. I get it. He's only been, what, a 3-time All-Star, 2-time
That was my whole take. That was one of them.
You actually have a graphic?
No, I didn't build a graphic. I was like, look at it, I was like,
he was most improved player. He's 3-time All-Star. He's 2-time champion. Is he in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I didn't think about it.
Yeah, that's all I think he gained. I mean, obviously,
there you go.
Ring,
Number 8. Number 7. David Stern.
David.
So here's the deal.
David Stern.
I think that Twitter and social media just fevers about, oh, what are the ratings going to be? Oh, they're going to be upset. Oh, it's totally meaningless, especially because the NBA just signed a 10-year television deal, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't change the fact that if the ratings are bad, there's going to be a lot of very funny old David Stern memes saying David Stern would never allow these finals on his watch. Nice little David Stern recollection for one of the great commissioners in sports history. So late great David Stern, number 7. Number 6, J-Dub. Scottie Pippen 2.0, not better. New one. Again, like if Shea is, again, he's not Michael Jordan, but a guard, wins MVP, leads him in scoring. J-Dub is running mate, great defender, but also can score 20 plus like prime Scottie could. It's something. Number 5, Sam Presti. He is number 1 on the anxiety list going into these finals. Like, oh my God, we have to win. Like, we have to win. He, when he's with the Spurs, the reporting there is he was the single most influential person in drafting Tony Parker. He then comes to Seattle Supersonics. It's like, at number 2, I think we should go Durant. Now, that one was easy. Right. However, Harden was not a consensus pick. Westbrook was not a consensus pick. Ibaka was not a consensus pick. The Shea, getting him in was great. Remember, they traded up from 4 to 2 to get Chet. They drafted Jalen Williams.
Lou Dort was undrafted.
Great point. And so, just
he's phenomenal.
If they win the championship, he is minted as right now the gold. The Gold State for GM in the NBA. By the way, if you want to read about Sam Presti, Breakfast Balls Danny Parkins wrote a book that he's one of the main characters on. Pipeline to the Pro. D3. Brew is featured in that book. And as a D3 player and basketball analyst, you're going into the book. Yeah. Number 4, Chet. Listen, we don't have time to get into all of the reasons why, but here's what I'm here to tell you something. America loves this type of guy. And if he
guess what?
Well, also, it's not just the white American NBA star, but also the way he carries himself, his kind of demeanor. You read into more of his his lineage growing up. He could be a bit of a star in the making if they play really well and he plays really well. If Chet's number 4.
You're coming around on Chet, which I like, because the Wild was on Chet. I've been on Chet. He's actually my guy now.
No,
you remember? You said last week when I said Chet's my guy. You said yeah.
I worry about his long-term health since he took a hit before he was old enough to drink. However, he's playing quite well.
Nice.
Number 3, Rick Carlisle.
Yeah.
Bro, champion coach with 2 different teams. You know the list? And you would get 2 of them easy.
How many are there on there?
There's 3. He would be 4. 2 of them are easy.
Bill Jackson.
Another obvious one. Pat Riley.
Yeah.
And then we can show, Dust, do we have the graphic? If we do, great. If not, don't worry about it. Well, I just want to give Alex Hannum some player coach. Alex Hannum, and then won the championship. And so that
and then the level of his upsets would be
unbelievable. All right, number 2, Tyrese Halliburton. And would become the greatest player in the history of this franchise, with respect.
So, what do you think? Oh, Coco, it's vegan. You're like,
to Rick Smith. It would. I'm sorry, that was me. Respect to Paul George. There's no doubt about it. And at number one is obviously SGA, who is trying to join this list, bro. Guards to win the MVP and the title that year. This is the full list. Koozie, Magic in 87, Michael Jordan 4 times, and Steph. And this is something you threw out on the call, and I want to throw it to you here. Because this was Drew's idea, and then I did some of the research. I assume you did too. I believe that the only guards, if Shea finishes this off, who had better seasons, or a better season than Shea this year, would be Michael and Magic. Because the only year Steph won MVP and the title, Steph's numbers were not great. I mean, he won MVP. I forgot about that. He wasn't Finals MVP, but we can show it to you side by side. It was 24 a game. It was the next year that he averaged 30, but they lost the Finals. Kobe averaged 30 3 times. Those years, they lost in round 2 and lost in round 1 twice. The year he won MVP, they made it to the finals, lost in 6, and got absolutely clocked in that game 6. Like, his 5 ring years for Kobe, he got a total in those 5 years he won a ring of 3 MVP votes, first place MVP votes. Like, I think Shea he would join Michael and Magic as the best guard seasons ever. Michael had a bunch. Magic 87 stands out. So
yeah, what I was saying was someone had asked me a few days ago if Shea wins Finals MVP, which would be MVP regular season champion and Finals MVP
and scoring champion.
Would this be one of the best 5 guard seasons ever? And look, Jordan did all of that, plus was first team all defense 4 times. So if you give him 4 of the years,
and Magic in 87.
Magic in 87 led the league, was the MVP, led the league in assists with 12 a game, averaged 24 points a game, was the Lakers league.
They won 65
games.
Carried a
39-year-old Jabbar to, and they won 65 games. So I would put that year as well ahead. And they beat Bird Celtics, who in 86, the year before, people think was one of the best teams ever. So that's obviously better than beating these Pacers, assuming that's what happens. So I would put those years ahead of it. But you said on the call, if you just say Jordan, just condense that to 1 year.
Jordan,
then absolutely it's in the top 5.
Do you agree it's better if he finishes off in any single Steph or Kobe year? Again, I think Kobe's
in accomplishments. That's in accomplishments, yes. Watching the games, I would go with Steph. Now, Steph was not Finals MVP.
Okay, Steph is...
Yeah, I mean, the year, if you just go by accomplishments, it's going to be Shea.
I thought Steph's best year was 2016, that they lost.
Yeah, you know what I mean? 30 was unanimous MVP. Yes. They won 73. But yeah, he didn't win the finals.
So we have Steph and Magic and Michael. If he wins Finals MVP, and they obviously win, is he the best player of mine?
So I talked about that on my pod this morning. I would not think, I would still think Joker's better than him. However, he would, if you were an SGA fan and you were like, hey, he won the title, people don't look at it as like he has superstars around him, even though it's an excellent team. He was scoring champ, he was MVP, he was great in the playoffs, and by the way, the guy you guys are saying is better than him, Joker, they played in the series and his team won.
And Joker wasn't Joker-esque.
He wasn't bad for all 7 games. Right.
We're used to seeing him every game.
Right. And so I would still think Joker's the best player. But it would once again, it would be, and people get annoyed when I say this sometimes, I think some sports arguments are not legitimate. Like, I don't think that's I don't think every argument, you're like, oh, that's a legitimate argument. Like, no, that's you can't.
Like, you can't have that opinion.
Right, you're not allowed to have the opinion that, I don't want to do whatever. Duncan's the greatest player of all time. Right. Like, even though I think he's like 6. That one, okay, maybe that's a bad one. But you know what I mean. Some opinions, I think you're allowed to have the opinion that Shea's the best player in the world. But
we're in a period, let's just keep it real. where there is no definitive best player alive. I probably would say it's Joker too, but we've had periods where is it Magic or Bird who's the best? I mean, Jordan was clearly the best. LeBron was clearly the best for a while. Like you've had seasons where guys are clearly the best, but this is one where it's, as I've said it, going into these playoffs, who's going to win number 2? If Shea goes, and I'm not trying to get way out in front of this, but if he wins this year, some will say he's the best. I think just easy. Yeah, I mean, just because you win the championship doesn't mean you're the best player. I would say if he came back and won it next year, then yeah, you got the claim to the best player in the league.
You say your opinions you're not allowed to have. I understand it. The challenging part for Shea is if suppose you said no, Joker's the best, and I was a Shea guy. Like, what do you want to see from him? He did every, like, you have an entryway for Josh Allen to be better than Mahomes, and it's a lot of winning Super Bowl MVP and leading the league in passing and winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but if he did all that, like I said, he would have an argument. I would still probably think it's Mahomes if he did it once. Like
Logan got 3 times as many MVPs.
And so, but that's a cool. Like, but
I think what he does is he validates this year's MVP because a lot of people think it should have been Joker and it would have been Joker had not won before. And Nick, who takes the greatest leap?
You mean that Halliburton most?
Yeah, Halliburton goes from most underrated, the least played player on Team USA. Everybody can take Halliburton played 3 games, 9 minutes a game. Lowest on the team. So all of a sudden, leading this team, no one thought could win the championship to the final. So he takes a huge leap. This is what SJ gets though. I think.
Huge news. You can get a son for just $3. Wait, I said son of, look at the words. Son of Baconator is $3. Thank you. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
There are a few players in the league that are in that, where are they going to end up historically? Top 20-ish, 25-ish? You got Luka, who's deceiving right now in it, but Luka, Giannis, Jokic, then you have LeBron, Steph, and KD of the previous generation. Those are the Shea enters that, of course. Now it's like, where's Shea going to end up? Is he going to end up in the top 20, 25 of all time? Kawhi was kind of in that too. Like Tatum, we've never, even when they won it last year, we have not said, "Oh, where's Tatum? Who's he going to displace?" And Shea would look like, "Oh, he's going to displace somebody."
And like in 2015 Wilds, I didn't read those finals. Like, oh, Steph was MVP. Steph won the championship. Steph beat LeBron. I guess he's better than LeBron. Where I was like, a lot of people argued it, and I was like, I don't believe it to be the case. Then the next year in 2016, when they won 73 games, he was unanimous MVP. He was this close to being like, you can say you think it's LeBron, but like Steph has now taken the mantle, which is why that series was so important. So that's the answer. What would Shea have to do?
Here's what I will say for you quickly. If Shea had, and this is not fair, really. If Shea's game is as spectacular and high flying as then he would be. He'd be viewed as the best player in the world if they won. It's not really fair, but that's how it is.
Yeah.
I really think that would be the case.
Okay, let's see yelling at me.
He said, more on this and King of the Hill.
Now,
it's not our fault, so
he's giving these speeches to tell you that. I'm up here dropping knowledge. Yeah, that's what I'm doing most of it. Okay, I don't even know. I was waiting for a music cue. Oh, okay.
I know one of them.
Can you introduce him? We're trying to. Now starting this series. I like the music. So,
Number 5 on most to lose. And this one pains me, guys. First things first. Why are we losing? Listen, we want a forward-thinking network, and I like to think we're a forward-thinking show. This show, a month ago, on the foresight, we're like, you know who I think is going to be a superstar? Tyrese Halliburton. This network, years ago,
had the foresight. Let's sit in the 500 business. And then months ago, let's sit in first things first. The only show on the network that had ties to Indiana, to Indianapolis, right along the time the Pacers could be making a run to the finals. On a very populated state landscape, we had an opportunity to be the only show with someone from Kansas City, the team of the NFL, and a show that gobbled up all of the Indiana real estate, win or lose. And we threw it away because Blue wouldn't pick.
So strategically,
we had to. They want to win. What? They don't win.
I'm the Pacers.
It's unbelievable. Utah. The Pacers and the Chiefs. Incredible.
Indiana wins.
Number 4. If the Pacers win, our long national nightmare of 30 years is over, and there's a new face of the Indiana Pacers. Thank God. Number 3, Paul George. I feel bad for Paul George. Because the next 2 weeks, it's going to be a bunch of the Pacers turn Paul George into Oladipo and Sabonis, and Zing turn into Halliburton, the Thunder turn Paul George into Shea and J-Dub. It's going to be Paul George. Paul George was an awesome player, broke his leg, fought his way back, finished third MVP voting his last year in Oklahoma City, and in a lot of ways delivered on this championship. Like, yeah, he's got to be a good Paul George.
He's had anything to lose.
Yeah, because people are like, yes, no matter what, people are going to make fun of him. Most of his namesake. Number 2, Michael Jordan. Bro, I think some shocking. If Shea wins the championship, most points per game in a season that he won the championship, he displaces Michael Jordan. This is the first legit Jordan.
That is.
And that, hold on.
Again, we have to average.
No. That's what the average this year is. That is the model in a season for a guy that won the championship. Jordan's held that for 32 years.
Well, now they were scoring 55.
They were scoring 55. And number 1, we don't need to spend much time on it. It kind of buttons the number 5 foot. I mean,
I was part of the FTA.
I know. Exactly.
I agree. If the Pacers win, I could have been just. I might be able to find a way to. I found a way to do that.
By the way, when you came to that have some pictures.
I'll find you.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.
Okay, today you have rehearsal, photo shoot, or just take a light day.
For one opportunity here. Hey, if I'm in their shoes, I go for it. Here's Willis. On the wing, Mitchell.
It's a show that's just devastated for Timothy Chalamet.
Here's Davis.
I don't think Chalamet wanted this at all.
I just think Chalamet's getting elevated to his place where
he's the biggest, one of the most world players. I'm just saying too. I think you're assuming the audience is more online than they are. Maybe tell them why.
Well, Tibbs got fired. Tom Thibodeau got fired. Well, they know who's Reggie Miller calls him Simmons. They might make him Simmons.
All right, we're starting with news out of the script. I don't read anything. The New York Knicks fired coach Tom Thibodeau, even though he led them to their first back-to-back 50-win season in ages. They've been steadily better, although they made the playoffs, missed the playoffs. Lost to this from the semis. twice and then lost to the Eastern Conference Finals for a back-to-back 51 season since 1994. So your immediate reaction was to this development.
You're going to hate me, Wilds, but I'm just surprised it happened now. Oh, God. I'm only trying to time me. Meow. Why meow? I'm trying to lighten things, but you're hurt. I know you're shaking.
Here's why I hurt really quickly. New York was on fire for the last month. They named streaks. And it was just going crazy. And it was the best Knicks basketball I had been a part of in the city since I was here in 2000.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but still, it was like the city was energized. There was a thing on New York and one about it. You were still drinking out of your mouth.
Oh, my God.
That's an accident.
No, it's not an accident. This is going to stay until the finals are on.
Okay, all right, sorry. Go ahead. Anyways, yeah.
So you're down 3-0, maybe. Go back to where
I just thought it was a bad move. I think it's a bad move.
All right, here's my feeling. I said yesterday, after the saying for the past few weeks, I would not have gotten rid of Tibbs. I understand it, though. Wow. I've been saying that in the offseason, I think one of the things they need to do is sit down with Tibbs, the front office and coaching staff and all that, and talk about we need to have a different type of offense. Jalen is great. Jalen can average 28 for the next 3 years, maybe. But are we going to win that way? So the question was, one, would Tibbs even adjust? And, one to run a more egalitarian offense where everybody's getting involved? Or is he able to adjust? This offense is coached and did this with Derrick Rose. It's pretty much how he's coached. And so I think that question is legitimate. And then I talked about the bench. Again, is Tibbs willing or able to go deeper? The things that people were complaining about and that I wanted them to change are things Tibbs done throughout his career. And here's why I'm not, again, I would not have done it.
Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Unable to get the ball in bounds, and they got called for a 5-second violation.
You have to limit mistakes. They're so tough to overcome.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Buffalo.
They've done a great job facilitating shooters. Their early game has seen a lot of hot passes and has kept the defense guessing as well.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
Now here's Brunson. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. And the shot goes down.
Brunson working with a quick pace, just brushing the defense off.
Here's Reeves. Can they get it? Hauled in by Brown.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
From deep, Reeves sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Chalk up 2 there. Johnson's got 5.
Anytime the ball is headed towards Cam Johnson, he's thinking shot. It's a pretty good idea.
And there's the 8-second violation as they can't get it across half court in time. There's 1:17 left in the first half. Yep, that one goes.
That's where you got to get Andre the ball. The closer he is, the more effective he becomes.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds in time.
You have to limit mistakes. They're so tough to overcome.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he knocks it down. He's 3 of 5 now from the floor.
Well, they're clicking on all cylinders right now, beginning to pull away.
The game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
Here's Mashburn. No points yet. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ooh, too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. No good on the technical, so unable to pick that one up.